Hey guys, I'm here with another bonus draft video in addition to the Oath of the Gatewatch videos that come out every Monday, every Wednesday, as long as I can. We'll see how long I can keep this up. I'm trying to do each flashback draft format that they're doing this year, the Wednesdays when they're going on. There are breaks when they don't have these. And so today we're doing Double Champions, One Betrayers pack. It is a slightly different format with the third pack. The biggest difference, I think, for me anyway, is that there are ninjas now, and the ninjas are mostly quite powerful. Mistblade, Shinobi, Throat Slitter. The ninjas all have this very good ability of when they're in your hand and your opponent doesn't block one of your creatures, you can flash the ninja in for its ninjutsu cost, and they all have effects when they hit your opponent. Mistblade Shinobi bounces something. Throat Slitter kills a non-black creature. There's Okiba Gang Shinobi, which kills 2 cards. There's some rare ones, too, that are pretty sweet. So that's what we'll be looking to do, sort of, I guess. I mean, evasive creatures are suddenly a lot better than they used to be as long as you pair them with blue or black so you can get your hands on some ninjas, because those are the only colors they're in, really. So anyway, I'll be with you guys when the draft begins. All right, so our pack opened. We have Takeno Samurai General, so we could push really hard into making a Samurai deck, but I don't think that's exactly what we want to do. Although, to be honest, this pack is sort of underwhelming. Consuming Vortex is good. I like 100 Talon Kami as well. I think those are probably the 2 best cards in this pack. Yep, probably so. Bergrafter's fine. I think I'm going to take 100 Talon Kami over the Consuming Vortex. Yeah. Yep, that's where we're going. Spirits, maybe, and flying, I guess. Junkyo Bell's such a bad card, as its name would indicate. I don't remember if I made that joke on the last time I drafted. So we have Soratami Seer, which isn't bad. It helps you filter through stuff. But there's also a Soratami Mirror Guard, which I think I like more. I mean, in terms of white, we could just go with Moth Rider Samurai, who's a fine flyer. And there's not anything super strong in this deck, so that may be the best plan here is to take the, things in it that aren't that great. I mean, I like Soratami Seer okay, but compared to most of the other Moonfolk, like Soratami Mirror Guard, what you put into it, you don't get that much power. Like, it's 1 more and it has 1 less power. It does block better than most Moonfolk, but I think I'm going to go for the Moth Rider here over, like, Scuttling Death 2, who's just fine. But yeah, I'll stay white. I don't see a reason to go into another color just yet. And getting a Kabuto Moth also does not give me a reason to go into another color because it's very good. So we're going skies so far. Kitsune Riftwalker is better than it looks. Wear Away is better than it used to be because there's a couple good pieces of equipment in Betrayers and some other artifacts to be worried about. But you don't want to take it early. But it's a better sideboard card than it used to be. It used to destroy very few things in Limited. So I'm liking the start we have. Cage of Hands. I guess white's open, huh? So Cage of Hands, very good removal spell. It's pacifism, except you can continue to upscale it every time your opponent plays something better that you want. Don't care if the old thing can block or attack now. Then Cage of Hands is good. So we will take it. In fact, yeah, the first 4 pack picks. Moth Rider Samurai is not that good, but the others are indicating to me white's pretty open, but now it has dried up a little bit. I could just go with Humble Budoka, a good difficult-to-kill creature. That's probably where I go. Don't really want Blessed Breath or Silent Chance Zubera. Neither of them interest me much. I'm going to go with the Budoka here over that Myojin, too. I just don't see us being able to play that. Okay, well, Floating Dream Zubera is pretty good, and it's still around. I think I'm actually going to grab that. Could take Tranquil Garden, which helps us fix, but I'm not convinced we're going to be playing green yet, and I like Floating Dreams Zubera, so that is what I will take. Well, whichever of these colors we play, we at least have a 2-mana card that's pretty good. So, if we have Soul Shift, I guess blue right now anyway is better. We only have 1 other spirit, so... Yeah, Soul Shift is pretty powerful, just the value you get out of it. You play these creatures. Creatures in this format aren't big already, so a 2/3 with flying for 5 isn't awful. And then on top of that, once your opponent does deal with it or kill it or you block with it, you get something back from your graveyard, and you can sort of start just chaining Soul Shift together if you get enough of it. So I will separate things into colors for now. I mean, other than white, which it looks like is so open that I think we stay in it. Although we haven't seen anything after the first 4 picks, but Cage of Hands and Kabuto Moth are 2 of the better commons in the color, and they were still around, so I think it's relatively open. Wonder if anyone's ever I'm sure they have managed to build a Zubera deck in this format. Get like 5 Kodama's Reaches, it's probably possible. And then Devouring Greed for the win. If they fixed it, I was bugged last week when I posted my draft video, as you'll recall. If you watched in round 1, I won a game because it glitched. So, but still, it's worth thinking about. Okay, Cloudcrest Lake is what I'm gonna take here. Everything else in this pack's kind of bad. I mean, Psychic Puppetry is okay-ish. Silent Chance Ubera is okay-ish. But I think picking up something that helps us fix is probably worth a little more to me, anyway, than those other things are. So let's see. Ooh, Kitsune Riftwalker rather, still around. I think I take it. It's way better than it used to be because of ninjas. That's another reason I kind of want to be in blue is because of ninjas. I mean, I could take Kami of the Hunt, but I think I like Riftwalker a little more here. It doesn't die to Glacial Ray, and it has evasion against a good chunk of most people's decks. And evasion is, like I said, pretty good. I mean, we have flyers already, which is nice, which is good with the ninjutsus, if ninjas who have ninjutsu. I mean, I guess I'm not convinced I'm going to be playing blue yet either, but Riftwalker's fine even if you don't get any ninjas, so. But white's definitely open, and I'm happy with that. Not getting clear signals on the other colors yet. Hopefully I play one of these because I do need to have some bears, or you can get run over pretty quickly, especially when people have ninjutsu and they can start bouncing your stuff. Okay, well, there's still an Order of the Sacred Bell, so maybe I'm not playing blue, because I think that is what I want to take here over like Tarashi's Cry. So, we'll see. We could splash blue, I guess. Probably not for a Floating Dream Zubera, though. That does take us out of like any hope of having ninjas, but we can make a pretty good Soul Shift deck in these 2 colors. So we already have 1 card with Soul Shift. Green and white have a lot of Soul Shift. So does black. Council of the Sword Tommy's not bad, and I think that's what I'll take. So, I mean, it's playable. Okay, so red's pretty open. People know it's pretty bad, generally speaking. Take Wear Away from my sideboard. I could also speculate and take a Watervale Cavern. I think that's what I'm going to do. Like if I open a black bomb or something right now, I would probably be pulled into playing black because blue and green aren't really giving me a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, now I'll take a Silent Chance Zubera. It may make our deck. Don't like either of these cards, but I guess I'll take a Messenger. Guess he's not terrible, especially if we have ninjas, if we're in green and another color, which I don't really see happening. And I can cite it in against opponents who are playing green, and it becomes pretty good. But I don't see us turning into green-blue when we've taken a bunch of good white cards early. So, I mean, we do have fixing for blue, which may be a point in its favor, but Order of the Sacred Bell and Humble Budoka are probably better than Floating Dream Zubera and Council of the Sword Tommy. So, what? I don't even know. It's foil. Yeah, that's just kind of a cute card that doesn't do us a whole lot of good. There's a Glacial Ray, which is nice. If we could pick up some Kodama's Reaches, it would be pretty easy to splash, but I don't want to count on that happening. I think I'd probably take Soratami Rain Shaper here. Nice evasive creature with a good ability. I think that's what I take over, like a second Floating Dream Zubera. Maybe it comes back to us. Kami of the Ancient Law is also good. So there's a few things that I wouldn't mind wheeling. The Zubera, the Kami, Glacial Ray, but I don't think that's going to wheel. So both of those would be nice. We'll just take Soratami Rain Shaper. Okay, we have Time Stop here, which is a card. But there's also an Orochi Sustainer. Also a pull under, but I think I'm going to take the Ramp card. 2-mana guy who can tap for mana is pretty legitimate. Pretty good card. The red in this pack is kind of attractive. I mean, Aki Coldflinger and Hearth Kami are anyway. Soratami Cloud Skater is fine too, but I think Orochi Sustainer is better. And I do kind of need to make a decision between green and blue at some point, and this might have done it for me. I mean, if I see Kodama's Reach, I would probably go base green. There's another good removal spell in red. But I think I'm going to take Soratami Mirror Guard here. And, I mean, I think it'll help our picks if we decide to commit one way or the other. And I think blue's probably is the way to go. Now that we have, two very good blue flyers and an okay bear. So, and we have some fixing for it. Kami of Lunacy I do like, but black isn't even really on the table, but there's some good green. Man. I mean, we could take a Cloud Skater. I mean, like I said, sort of the good news about having all these creatures with flying is we get ninjas. There are a few good blue ninjas that we can get, but we have to get them. You have to kind of be lucky. But this does have a good ability. It lets you sift through your deck. Yeah, and it's kind of nice because in some situations you have too many lands in play. You can even use the land in play because it's part of the cost of the spell to bounce to draw a card. It's basically like sacrifice a land, draw a card. Well, pay 2 and sacrifice a land, draw a card, but still. We do only have three other spirits at this point, but 100 Talon Kami is probably still okay. We do only have the one good removal spell at this point. This can bounce creatures in some situations. Soratami Mirror Mage I like a lot. Wait, this is the one that returns creatures. What am I talking about? That one gives Shroud, yeah. Anami is pretty good, but you do have to have a lot of spirits. And there's another Yamabushi's Flame. I haven't seen any Kodama's Reaches. Whoever got them is going to be pretty happy because they'll be able to play all these good red cards. Mirror Mage. Yep, I guess that's what we take here. Blue White Skies. Ooh, well. It's probably a little too late to be worth it. But there's not really anything we're giving up in this pack. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Maybe we end up being able to play it. Like, if I pick up 2 of them, I would probably shift into playing green instead as our main color. Well, more of a main color anyway than blue, and, then we'd probably lose, like... the Zubera's pretty good, but it's not that great as a splash. Same with that. I don't think it's worth it as a splash. I'd probably lose that. I'd probably do something like this if that ends up working out. But there's another Soratami Mirror Guard, so I think I take that. Lots of Moonfolk. I think the patrons are in the next set, so they're like the lords of each of these weird tribes. Yeah, we'll just leave things like that for now. Whoops. I mean, Cloudcrest Lake does make it easier for us to splash blue or to splash white, for that matter. I guess white has actually kind of dried up after pack 1. So I guess we could completely shift into splashing white for like Cage of Hands and Kabuto Moth or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a Matsu Tribe Decoy who's perfectly fine. Not incredible, but I think that's what I take here over a mediocre white card. Definitely been moving around a lot color-wise, which is a little dangerous. But we'll see where we end up. I mean, this reach makes it easier for us to splash things. I mean, it would be nice if we had more than one, but one is nice. And we do have the Cloudcrest Lake too, so I mean, we could definitely end up splashing one color and being the main in the other two colors. And that'll sort of determine what we cut and don't cut once we figure that out. I mean, we definitely have a lot of flyers in blue and white. In green, like our best card's probably Kodama's Reach. So it may be not. I mean, Orochi Sustainer is good too. May not be worth it to try to force green, but I mean, if we open a green bomb or something, then I would be pretty happy to just let it take me away and go green. Well, there's that foil Swirl the Mists missing out. So I guess I'm going to take a flyer on a Kitsune Healer here. I mean, it's not terrible, and I don't really want anything else in this pack. I could take the foil rare, but Kitsune Healer seems more likely to be useful than that does. This is okay. I mean, we don't have a whole lot spirit-wise going on, but it is a playable card. Not a land that we want, unfortunately. We can take this for the sideboard if we have some problem enchantments, though. Yeah, another Budoka. So, like, honestly, white has actually ended up being more of a splash color. I think our deck actually looks better blue-green, like, which is strange. Like, I think we could basically do this and feel pretty okay about our deck. I'll take a Wear Away for the sideboard. Don't want to have to lose to Umezawa's Jite or General's Kabuto, both cards that are perfectly capable of making one lose a game on their own. Don't really want either of them, but at least that's in a color we're probably playing. I mean, these are both strong enough that I think they're worth splashing. Kabuto Moth can be good in a lot of situations. Because you don't have to play it early for it to be good, because it can help break up board stalls, help you attack through things your opponent's doing in a way that otherwise can happen. But I definitely think blue-green ended up being better. Enshrined Memories. I can put a bunch of creatures into my hand, but I'm not really feeling that, I don't think. Floodbringer. Not exactly what we're looking for. Hirobi's Whisper is probably one of the best cards in this pack. This black removal spell over here. Heart of Light's not that good. Harbinger of Spring is not bad. Petalmane Baku can definitely help us splash, but I don't think I'm so desperate to splash that I want to take a Petalmane Baku. Although, like, this pack isn't all that strong for really anybody. There's one good black card. Quillmane Baku's not bad. But I think I'd rather have the Harbinger as a 5-drop. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the white Baku, actually. That would make me have to think about switching back what we've already done. But, yeah, no ninjas here. So Mistblade Shinobi is something we're definitely looking for. Maybe we'll see one, maybe we won't. But we'll definitely take Harbinger of Spring there. Okay, like I said, this one does complicate things because it's pretty strong. Let's see here. How many spirits do we have anyway? Like, do we really have enough? We have 1, 2. Arcane counts 2. We have 4 in this deck, and we only have 1, 2, 3 more in the other if we change things up. But, like, what else in this pack is really worth it? I mean, I guess, like I said, Petalmane Baku can help me splash more effectively. But, again, we have the same problem. We don't really have that many spirits, so it's not super awesome. I could take another Harbinger, but I think I may take a Floodbringer now. I don't know. We don't have much at the top of our curve, and Harbinger's not terrible. Can at least swing through things, and it has Soul Shift. It can block things really well, too. Yeah, I guess I'll take a second Harbinger. I don't love it. Tarashi's Verdict's really good. That's another card we're splashing. But there's also a Ninja of the Deep Hours. Oh, what do we have in terms of removal? Cage of Hands? God, I want this Ninja, but I think we have to take the removal spell. Even though the Ninja's in a color that I think now we're definitely playing. And we do have lots of flyers. But we just don't have that much removal, and Tarashi's Verdict is good removal. Yep, I think that's what we're taking. Yes, it is. Hopefully I don't regret that. Patron of the Kitsune. I wouldn't mind the Moonfolk one, I guess. Stream of Consciousness. Another Harbinger. No, I think now we take a Floodbringer. Yeah, that's what we're going to take. Passing that Ninja was hard for me, and I don't think we're going to get one now. No, thank you. I guess we take Quillmane now. Can bounce stuff. No, thanks. Yeah, we'll take Quillmane. Yeah, the Moonfolk in this pack are decidedly more mediocre than they were in the other pack. There's a good black card. Traproot Kami. Yeah. Things have not been great for us in this pack. Try to mill people. Toils of Night and Day. And Crawling Filth is probably... I mean, this Genju's actually good too. I mean, maybe it is actually enough to make me want to move in. Well, I'll take it. We may end up completely changing our mind again, especially now that we don't have any ninjas, I guess. We could go into blue-white, and then we have a ton of flyers and creatures with evasion. And both our best removal spells are blue, and then we could splash green for something. Maybe not, actually. We probably wouldn't splash green if that's what we did. Things have been strange. But yeah, this would come in. The Genju is actually pretty good, so... But you definitely need planes for it to work for you, but... Our curve is definitely more aggressive in the blue-green deck. For sure, than it is otherwise. Yeah, I think we're just going to stick those all in there for now. We're going to sort by converted mana cost and figure out what it is we want to do. This thing makes a creature into a plains into a 2/5 and gives it lifelink, basically. Well, there's another good 2-drop for green. Not an amazing one, but he's just fine. Tallow Wisp, I love that card so much, but we don't really have any way of abusing it, so we won't be. I think we just take Loam Dweller here. Yeah. So we could also splash blue. Green, white, splash blue. But we just have so many flyers. I think I'd almost rather have them. Here's a good sideboard card that we will take. White-blue has the most flyers, but like my curve ends up being much less aggressive. Like we don't even have a whole lot of playables. I mean, we'd have to play that Kitsune Healer. I mean, we do have chances to pick up a few more playables, wandering ones. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely one of the more train wrecky drafts I've done. I do think I like all the evasive creatures that I have at my disposal here, and I actually have a decent number of 2-drops. Just none of them are as good as the 2-drops I have in green. So, don't love that. I mean, I could run Call to Glory if I'm really desperate. That's like a bad combat trick. So, let's see what we can get out of these last few packs. We definitely have enough playables in green and white to make or a green and blue. But we lose a lot of flyers. Maybe the best thing is to go for a middle ground, though, where we stay in white because it has our best removal, basically our only removal. And we splash blue for a few of the higher curve flyers and basically lose everything else. That's probably going to end up being our best plan. So, like, I would lose all of those, probably both of these. Splinter. Yeah, whatever. I mean, if I'm short on playables, that'll definitely make the deck. And once again, I mean, if I end up going blue, I guess Floodbringer is probably better than Kami of False Hope. But I mean, I'm gonna go blue, but I think I'm doing what I said I would be doing. What does this equipment even do? I remember it being bad. Yeah, it's bad. Takeno's Cavalry. It's not a bad sideboard card. And another Kami thingy. Yeah, we already have 2 of those Harbingers. They're not incredible. But I think what we want to do is have green-white be our base. And splash blue for the higher curve flyers. Probably not even the Quillmane Baku. It's a good sideboard against people who manage to make the Glacial Ray deck. And that's okay. So that leaves us with something like this, which I think is definitely better. That's not bad either, actually. So didn't end up with any ninjas. We saw 1 and we took removal over it because we were pretty desperate for it. So somebody got some sweet ninjas, just not us. All right, let's figure this out. So Matsu Tribe Decoy, yes please. Kodama's Reach, absolutely. Humble Budokas. Order of the Sacred Bell. And yeah, I mean, I think this is probably going to be our best bet. This way we don't get beaten up really badly early. Like these 3 2/2s are all very good, and so is Orochi's Sustainer, who can make us play these cards a lot earlier. So that means we can lose Kami of False Hope. Yeah, I think I like all these sort of Tommy Mirror creatures. They're, especially the Mirror Guards, are fairly aggressive flyers. I mean, Rain Shaper, I think, is one of the better ones, but having it at 3-drop when blue is like our tertiary color probably isn't ideal. So, how many Spirit Arcane spells do we have, first off? You guys, all these 5-drops are spirits. We're definitely going with them. I mean, we're definitely putting the rest of my spirits there, is what I mean. So Silent Chanzibera, and you're not a spirit. So we don't have a lot. So do I want Tattered Shoji or Painted Road, or neither? I only need to cut one of them, so I think I'm cutting. I mean, Tattered Shoji is a better blocker. I can kind of switch them out, and this is a better attacker. I can, if I feel like I need to be more defensive, I can move the other one in. Oh, I actually didn't need to cut that out. What was I talking about? Just been playing too much Oath of the Gatewatch. So, yeah, this is our deck. Probably get away with 2 islands, plus Cloudcrest Lake, plus Kodama's Reach. So, yeah, 8. I'd probably even these out because we do have a white source in that. And yeah, we want to be able to cast Kodama's Reach to be sure we're getting the mana that we need and so forth. So yeah, I think this is our deck. That was definitely a train wreck draft, but our deck ended up sort of coming together. I think we have a nice aggressive curve and a fair amount of flyers who can help get us there once the ground attacks slow down. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.